Hey stars, it's me, Shar the Star. I'm back and I have some stories I want to go over with you. Please continue to comment and let me know what you would like to see. And we got a lot to get through, so let's get through it. We're going to start with Mayor Adams, New York City Mayor Eric Adams. Um, Well, I mean, most of you guys know at this point, I'm sure, but there's some things I'm sure you don't know. And there's even things I don't know. So maybe you can bring it on. Again, Mayor Adams was indicted on 5 counts, accepting bribes, fraud, those type of things. Um, Mind you, this is the second African American mayor that New York City has ever had. Now, if anybody knows me personally, you know I'm from Brooklyn, New York. What happens in New York is very important to me. I still have family there. I frequent New York. So, with that being said, he is the second African American mayor ever in New York City's history. Mayor Dinkins and now Mayor Adams. That's it. You ain't got to do much research. You ain't got to figure out too many names. It's been two. Okay? Two. So, with that said, I'm not quite sure what's going on. From what I understand, this was charges brought up from 2021 when he was running for election. And, they're saying that he accepted bribes and took some campaign money that he shouldn't, even took upgraded seats on Turkish Airlines. With Turkish Airlines is owned by Turkey, meaning the Turkish airline is owned by Turkey. So it's not individually owned. So it's like if he takes something from them, it's like taking something from the country, which can become like a bribe for something. But nevertheless, I don't know how this will go because he's definitely not the first mayor that we've had issues with, but he's actually a group of 6 mayors that have ever been indicted. And speaking of that, yeah, this would be funny for some of you guys to pay attention to. Ex-Detroit Mayor Kwame Kilpatrick. Now, I'm sure a lot of you guys remember him. Well, the story is he was indicted. He was kicked out of office. And clearly he went to jail. And this has only happened, from what I understand, this has only happened to 6 mayors in history that have been indicted or, gone through charges and stuff like that. So with that being said, ex-Detroit Mayor Kwame Kilpatrick states, speaking on New York Mayor's indictment, he states, it's the Democratic Party going after another Black mayor. Okay, it sounds good, but you were convicted of a crime, sir. You went to jail and served time, sir. Why is it always somebody going after somebody? Now, trust me, I'm not saying there may have been someone behind the scene working to get him out of office because he's a Black man. But Detroit is clearly, from what I understand, a majority Black city. And I mean, a very dangerous city from what I understand. I've never been to Detroit. Anybody can educate me. I'm always willing to learn. But from what I understand. So with him saying something of that manner, it's like, oh, they're just coming after the Black man and this, that, and the other. Sir, relax. You were convicted. You went to jail. And if I'm not mistaken, you're out of jail. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, he's going to try to run again. Hold on, sir. I have this boggles me. It boggles me. It does. It does. Because I say that because so many times the Black man wants to, it happens a lot, but they want to blame it on someone else. Kind sir. Kwame Kilpatrick, matter of fact, that drink ain't even enough with you, because you doing a lot. Got a mimosa right here. You know what? I ain't even going to front. This is what I'm drinking. Have a seat, sir. Have several seats. Have a stadium of seats. Just relax. Now, the next thing would be speaking still on the, we're still speaking of the mayors and we're still speaking of Mayor Eric Adams. Did you know that since the indictment, Mayor Adams went and changed some rules? And when I say change some rules, you know that there's levels to things. And if the mayor is indicted, it's like then the deputy mayor, then after that, city controller. Don't quote me, but that's the levels of it. So from what I understand, he quietly issued orders shifting the embattled top deputy Sheena Wright powers if she's unable to do the job. He did this after her house was raided. So it seems like he's thinking possibly she might not be able to do it either. So what he did was he made sure he knew that she would come after him, and he made sure with this official order, he knows who's going to come after her if she doesn't make it. It looks like control to me. It looks like you're trying to control a lot, sir, kind sir, Mayor Adams. I don't know. I just think that you shouldn't be able to change anything at this point. You're under investigation. People are asking you to resign, and you're stating that you're not going to resign. It's going to be business as usual, as you have said. And I don't know how that can actually be. How can you run a city the size of New York with the people, and yet you're under indictments, kind sir? You undid something, kind sir. I'm not saying you did it or you didn't, but listen, okay? It is what it is. And again, he's not the first mayor, and I'm going to speak of mayor of New York at this point, to have done things. We know that. Come on. But again, like I've said to you guys before, distractions. Because honestly, if it wasn't Puffy and the Crisco oil, the baby oil, then it was Mayor Adams, then it was Hurricane Helene. It's a lot going on, but stay focused, people. We haven't much talked about the up and coming president election. No one's talking about, actually, to be honest with you, I haven't even heard anything from Donald Trump, except something about a fake picture of vice president with Sean Combs at one of his parties. Some crap. It doesn't even matter. At this point, let me just move on to the next. But now, with Mayor Adams quietly changing that's fine. That's done. But baby, I don't know if y'all ready for this one. Now, are you aware that during this FBI probe investigation of plenty of people in Mayor Adams' team, well, baby, these two kids ran off and got married over the weekend. The New York City chancellor, school chancellor, and deputy mayor went and got married on Saturday under this FBI probe and investigation and all the resignations. These two went and got married in Martha's Vineyard this weekend. And that's a lot going on. I mean, that's a lot of energy. I mean, geez Louise. I mean, you under investigation. Half of the team is resigned. And now you girls the kids went off and got married while being investigated by the FBI. Okay, cool. Whatever. Moving along. It's so much going on. What's next? Well, let's go to something that's not as funny at all. Not funny at all, but I mean, to change the mood. We need to be serious. I keep stating to you guys to stay focused. And I say all that to say, you know, Hurricane Helene. Now, Hurricane Helene at this point have 60 casualties. I've actually seen videos of homes floating down the river, or what looked like a river. I think it was just a highway at one point, but now it's a river. Listen, people, we live in a country that's always willing to lend a helping hand to foreign countries and for different things, but they never seem to get it right with helping their own. And we're going to get one more chance to see how they helped all these people that's affected by this hurricane in South Carolina, North Carolina, Florida, Georgia, even Virginia. I text a friend in Georgia, and she stated to me, hey, Raina, stated to me that she didn't have any power. She had limited cell service. Not a lot of damage to the house, but a lot of debris and a lot of cleanup. And that's a blessing on her part. But I know that from what I've seen, and with 60 people unalived at this point by this storm, there's a lot of damage. They're stating that they believe the damage to be between $15 to $26 billion for property damage. Now, no shade. I was reading this thing and they said 15 to 26. Now, usually, they say usually say what they're going to do, $1 billion for themselves and splitting it up already, because usually it's like 15 to 20 or 20 to 25. How did they go from 15 to 26? Billion. We're not talking million. We're talking billion. So that make me think, whenever I see numbers like that, 13 to 28 is really 10 to 25, and the rest of that's going to somebody's pocket. You already know. But we're hoping that FEMA actually help these people, and some of them are more in dire help because of previous storms and hurricanes and floods. When they rebuilt, and some of them just finished rebuilt. I saw a story with a man who just finished a month ago rebuilding from the last hurricane. They can't afford hurricane or flood insurance. The rates are too high. So these things are not insured. Can you imagine? We lose some jewelry or some money and we lose our mind. These people lost not only their home, every possession that they owned, every memory, whatever it was theirs. And I don't care what color we are. I don't care. Listen, everyone's going to need help. I'm sure we're going to hear things within the next few days or the next week of how we can help. Please, if you can, help. Everyone needs it. Everyone needs it. Now, FEMA, Red Cross, FEMA. Within the next couple of days, trust me, they'll be getting at the kids, telling the kids what they need. But mind you, they'll be still funding a war in another country, and come on. So, however, whatever, stay focused again, and stay prayed up, because this could be any one of us by the grace of God. It could be any one of us. So, moving along with that. Oh. Now, I know a lot of people have children. And besides that, I happen to be Lactaid intolerant. So I have to drink Lactaid milk if I'm going to drink milk. Well, the thing with this, 27 states, including New Jersey, have a recall on Lactaid-free milk. Now, what I will say is, that's a lot of states, 27 states, including New Jersey. Now, from what I understand, almonds somehow got into the Lactaid milk. And because almonds, people are allergic to nuts and stuff, and things, the almonds got into the milk. And then, of course, the milk is just saying lactate free or whatever. It's not on the ingredients. So knowingly, people with nut allergies or whatever, and those things can be deadly, will not know that there's almonds in it. So they're recalling all this milk and different things. It's HP Hood LLC. HP Hood LLC. Now, I actually have seen this brand in Walmart. I've seen it in ShopRite because I thought it was weird when I was looking for my milk. It was a brand called Hood. So it stood out. So yeah, I have seen this brand. So please, if you have this brand, I don't know where it's sold. It just says 27 states, including New Jersey. So please, if you have it, pour it out, get rid of it. They're saying you can return it with a receipt, but who keeps receipts? I don't. But I mean, like I said, it's not worth it. It's milk. It's not worth a life. Pour it out and do something else. But this is so far the Hood LLC
Discarded
brand of milk. Just get rid of it. Now, okay. So speaking of milk, keep that in mind when I keep that in mind.
Lots of it.
Okay. Now, I don't know if to call her a young lady or a woman. She's a woman. That would be fair. Okay. I came across this story. Christina Ozturk. I hope I'm saying her last name. Ozturk. Okay? Listen to this story, y'all. Y'all gonna get a kiki. Listen. A remarkable display of family size. Christina Ozturk, a 26-year-old Russian mother residing in Georgia, has gained attention for sharing a video featuring her staggering 22 children. She's 26. You heard me. 22. You know what? Because y'all, it's not going to take me there. Hold on.
You don't play too much.
Y'all heard right. They said she was 26 and she got 22 kids. But what they didn't say was, okay, let me read the story to you and then explain a little bit. She lives in Georgia. She's gained attention for sharing a video featuring her staggering 22 children, 20 of whom were born in just over a year, but through surrogacy. Christina, along with her millionaire husband. So my first question was like, okay, who's taking care of these kids? You having all these kids. Are they on the government? Am I taking care of them? They in Georgia. I'm in New Jersey, but still, I wanted to know. And was they going to make this girl stop having kids? Like, was they going to plug that hole? What was they going to do? Because this girl was carrying, but okay. This was all done by surrogacy. Christina, along with her multi-millionaire husband, Gallup, aspires to have as many as 105 biological children. Okay? They want 105. They're only at 22 at this point. So it's a lot of work. But no, this made me think. Think about this. How old is the husband? They didn't state how old. So I'm going to do a little more researching because from what I understand, they got about 83 kids to go. So I'm trying to figure out how old is he? We know she's 26. So she has, I'm sure, a bucket of eggs. Okay? So what they're doing is using his sperm, her eggs. But guess what? You're going to tell me she ain't balling out of control? Listen, she plans to have 105 kids and never carry one. Hold on. Let me try something else now.
Beyonce who?
Beyonce who? Baby what?
Bounce back.
Meow. You don't even you never get to stretch that cat. Trust when I tell you.
She gonna keep it.
Snap back. Okay. Okay, 26 with 22 kids. All done by surrogacy, but 20 has been done in the past year. So she had 20 people, her eggs planted and seeded 20 women, different surrogacies to have. She's had 20 kids in 1 year arrive at home.
So she got 4 more years.
So she got a few more years to get at it. I'm gagging. I'm completely gagging. Like, listen, it's fun. It's fun to read stuff like this, but my first questions were, who's taking care of all these damn kids?
How many nannies?
I didn't even think of how many nannies and all that because it took me a while to find out that her husband was a millionaire because those were my initial questions. My initial questions were, who's taking care of all these kids? How old is the husband? Because I would assume he's older, much older, I would assume.
Why do you love all these kids?
Well, if you're a multimillionaire, you have nothing but time. I mean, as far as tending to your kids, if that's the case.
But how do you love them?
Well, maybe you need to be asking I ain't gonna say that. Never mind.
Nick Cannon?
Oh, you said it. I didn't. Okay. You can ask Nick if you want. Nick
He
Cannon.
can.
Again, this is a plan of theirs. I think Nick is just hitting them off and they're getting pregnant and having this is a plan that they're doing. So apparently they have a listen, financially they got it together. So you can't what? Coin who? Baby doing without
It's not
what?
about the money.
No, but it is about the money because when you look around, and this is not just
It's not.
African American people, it's across too. You have a lot of people that keep constantly having babies and can't afford them, and they put them on the government, and the city has the state
Ask
has to
your
take care of
audience.
them.
Ask your audience
Sir,
about
or
the audience,
please
about the
email me
audience
and
what they
comment
are.
me on these stories. Listen, I got some more stories for you. Listen, I'm gonna let you go. I said I wasn't gonna keep you long, but that's something to keep. Now, I have some. I know that we're about to come into Cancer Awareness Month in a few days, and I have my own testimony, my own personal, private testimony on cancer, and I want to bring in someone that has gone through that and has survived it, and a miraculous young woman. We'll get into that, but I'm letting you know I'm working on that. But first, it'll be me and my story. Lord have mercy. I have things. Listen, we'll talk about it. I'm not going to get into it, not to get ahead of ourselves. But you guys, thank you. I love you guys. Again, I always tell you to stay focused and be intentional. Everything is good. Everything is everything. Listen, we got to get back to these stories. Please email me. And you have the email going across, Shot a Star at Instagram or Facebook. Just please hit me. Let me know how I'm doing. Let me know if you're interested in the stories that I'm bringing to you. And I'll be back. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your night. Be intentional.